All right. So, second paragraph. Think for a moment about your desire to be loved, your desire to be approved of, to be liked, or to be looked at favorably by others. When you are honest with yourself, you will see that this is one of your greatest worldly desires. And I have a feeling here he's not just talking about me and Laurent. I mean, I think that maybe this is true of all of us. We really want people to like us, to see us favorably, right? He says this is one of our greatest worldly desires. When you do not love someone in the world, it is often because you believe they did not love you first. When you love someone, it is usually because you feel loved by them. There is a direct connection between your feeling for others and how you perceive they feel about you. Okay, I'm going to pull out the Bible. We had this friend named Jesus. You guys are familiar with him? He's said to have been quite wise for his young age. And just recently I was reading from Luke chapter 6. In fact, if you saw the most recent NTI video, you probably saw this because I read it in that video. I reposted that video today because it's 9/11 and it seems very fitting. So, here's what Jesus says in the Bible, not NTI, but in the Bible, at Luke chapter 6. He says, "But I say to you who hear, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. And pray for those who spitefully use you." And now I'm going to skip on down. That was verses 27 and 28 in Luke chapter 6. I'm going to skip on down to 32. He says, "But if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same." It seems to me that the message that we're reading from Holy Spirit right now is the same as this message from Jesus 2,000 years ago. He's saying, now, in the Bible it says the word sinners, and Holy Spirit isn't using the word sinners, but if he was using a word, he would be saying ego. He's saying ego, right? Ego loves people because it feels loved by them. And ego doesn't like people because it feels not liked by them. This is the way the ego operates in the world. You know, the ego is always judging, how do you feel about me? And then, or how do I perceive you feel about me? And then basing how I feel about you on how I perceive you feel about me. And this is exactly what Jesus is asking us to let go of. In the Bible, he's asking us to love our enemies, to do good to those who hate us, to bless those who curse us, and pray for those who spitefully use us. All right, let's go back to the third paragraph and broaden your view. Holy Spirit says, "The desire to be loved is a great obstacle to awakening because it covers your greatest fear. It is also an obstacle to following guidance or to being authentic because you will deviate from the guidance you hear, at least to some measure, if you feel that you may not be approved of by others. And I will tell you also that you may deviate from guidance if you feel that Spirit is asking you to give of yourself in some way to someone that you don't like, or that you think is using you, or doesn't respect you, or doesn't appreciate you. You may hold back on guidance." So Spirit is saying these desires to be approved of, and this habit of only giving to those that we know approve of us, only giving of our love and our generosity to those that we know approve us, is a great obstacle to awakening. Because it will keep us from following our guidance. Now that, of course, is only if we choose to listen to ego over Holy Spirit, right? But many of us, if we are choosing to hate people, if we are choosing to seek mightily for their approval, then we are also showing willingness to listen to ego. That's exactly what we're doing.